What's going on, guys? It is Patrick here, and today I'm back finally bringing you another top 5. I know it's been so long, but we are back today, and we are going to be covering the top 5 worst Pack-a-Punch locations. Now, guys, I do have Twitter if you want to follow me. It is @TheSmithPlays. But anyways, let's get into this video. Coming in at number 5, we have Shangri-La. Now, this is a map that I'm really split on. The Pack-a-Punch is basically in the spawn room, which is really great. It's easy to access, and it's fine. On solo, it's probably one of the easiest Pack-a-Punch locations to get to. All you have to do is seriously step on a little switch, and then there you go. You can Pack-a-Punch by round 5 if you have the points. It's so easy. But there's one big thing I have with it. If you're playing with more than one player, you have to have both people step on the stones at the same time. Now, if you're playing with 4 people, and those 4 people may happen to not have mics, or they may happen to be bad players and don't know what they're doing, or they just want to be assholes, it's so hard. It is really impossible. It is seriously impossible to actually Pack-a-Punch, because you have to organize it, and just they won't listen to you, and it just becomes the biggest mess ever. You're trying to get your teammates to Pack-a-Punch it. When I play 4-player and I'm playing with people I don't know, it's just like, all right, this is going to be a game where I can't Pack-a-Punch. And I just have to accept that because it's just ridiculous. It is so hard. It is, honestly, it requires the most teamwork because you cannot do it without using teamwork. It's just impossible. And for that reason, I hated it. It was always so frustrating when there's that one player who's like, no, man, I gotta hit the box, and everyone's standing on it. And then they like kill the crawler, and they're like, oh my god, round 25, we still don't have Pack-a-Punch. Are you serious? Like, it's so easy solo and so difficult when you have bad players, 4-player. For that reason, it had to come in at number 5. Moving down to our number 4 spot, we have Nuketown Zombies. Now, this Pack-a-Punch to me is very similar in kind of nature to Shangri-La. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't work out, it's such a pain. So the Pack-a-Punch, if you don't know, on Nuketown Zombies is random. It can spawn in on round 5, it can spawn in on round 25. You don't know for sure. So sometimes you're playing and you get it, at a good time. You'll get like Jug and then Pack-a-Punch, and you're like, sweet, perfect. But then sometimes you get it on round 25 and it's like, why are you doing this to me, Gabe? Why are you doing this to me, David Vonderhaar? It can be so inconvenient. And really, just the fact that it's random in general makes it a very inconvenient and bad Pack-a-Punch spot because you simply just don't know. You simply do not know when you're going to get it, which makes it for a really just annoying time, to be perfectly honest. I mean, Pack-a-Punch isn't the most important thing to get on that map. Obviously, Jug is the most important, but it's still very important, and the element of its randomness makes it so inconvenient when you're waiting and it's round 25 and you finally get it. It's great, but just having to wait that long in the first place is awful. So, not something I completely hate, but sometimes you'll get it at a great time, sometimes you'll get it at a bad time, but for that reason on its own, it had to come in at number 4. Now, coming in at number 3, we have Buried, and I really do like the map Buried, but the Pack-a-Punch is just a little bit too annoying for me. Here's why. So, to get to Pack-a-Punch, you have to travel the entire length of the map in Buried. So, you start off in Processing Plant. You gotta, do your round 1 stuff, get your points, come down, turn on the power, open Leroy up, get Jug, open up anything else you want, open up the entrance to the witch's house, open up the witch's house, have probably 7,000 or 9,000 points depending on how good of a player you are so you can survive the witch's onslaught and still have enough points to Pack-a-Punch. Go all the way through the random maze, which is ever changing and you never know which way you're going to have to go. And, that sometimes takes a while, especially if it's mid-round. That's annoying. And then finally, go down this well to Pack-a-Punch, and now you're trapped at this bottom of this well where all these zombies are just going to be piling down at you if it's not the middle, if it is the middle of the round rather. It can just be very annoying. I love Buried and I like the Pack-a-Punch, but sometimes when I'm doing a challenge and like I fail and I have to restart, it's like, man, I would really prefer not having to do that again because it is just a time and a half to get to the freaking Pack-a-Punch. Coming in at number 2, we have Die Rise. Now, Die Rise is honestly one of the most convenient elevators out there. And why I say that is it's so easy to get to. You seriously just have to turn the power on, and then it's a matter of having the points. Sometimes. or it's not in the elevator right beside the power. So then you got to go on a wild goose chase to find the spot where it's at. And then it may or may not be there. Because, the elevators, they go up and down. So you're going to have to wait like 2 minutes sometimes. And this is my thing. Like, yes, okay, Nuketown Zombies is random, right? And I didn't like that. But at least I had a guaranteed, it's eventually going to come. Whereas Dire Ride's elevators, it's like, might be here, might not. And the thing that's worst of all, okay, this is the thing that gets me, is when you're pack-a-punching, the elevator will go. It can leave. You can lose your 5,000 points and your gun because the elevator decides to go. Like, that is what I call a design flaw in your map track. Really? Like, you didn't think that maybe we should make it so that the gun stays, like the elevator stops when it's pack-a-punching, because I don't know, maybe we want our guns, and I know this isn't something that happens all the time, but it's happened at least 5 times to me, and that's enough to me to put it in at number 2. And coming in at number 1, ladies and gentlemen, I talked about wild goose chases. Well, this is the mother of all of them. We have transit. So I'm not going to say why, I'm just going to explain the process for you, and you be the judge. Okay, so after you've gone around the entire map of transit, turned on the power, what you have to do if you want to pack-a-punch, you have to go back to the bus depot, grab a turbine. From here, you have to walk back through the fog to the town, unless you want to wait for the bus, and let's be honest, that's going to take 20 minutes, so you're going to be impatient, you're going to go through the fog. You got to deal with denizens. We all love denizens. No, we don't. And lava. There's a giant pit of lava right before the town where there's a good chance you may die if you have to go through that. Anyways, assuming you get through that bit of fog, you're now in the town. Now you have to head back to the power plant. So you're going to head to the power plant and put down your turbine right in front of that electric door. From here, what you got to do, you got to go back to the town, and at this point, you go to the bank, blow open the door, and there's a chance Pack-a-Punch may be open. It's not guaranteed. It's not open permanently. It's just open for a little extended amount of time. And even at that, there's a chance it didn't work because a zombie busted it or the turbine broke. I don't know what. And if that doesn't work, you're going to have to go do that all over again. Sound good? Yeah, sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a 20-minute process just to Pack-a-Punch. Well done, Transit. You did a great job on that. I don't even need to say why it's bad. That's just the process. You know what it is. There we go. That's it. Bam.